voice of the blockchain here, Satoshi's big cousin, cryptography's finest, Champagne Crypto. Good morning, good afternoon to all the crypto maniacs, savages. Bitcoin SV is pumping and it's raising questions. I'm questioning. I want to know more what's going on with shaking and baking. I got 21 questions. Hashtag 50 Cent. Shout out to Rafterman. Shout out to Derek. Shout out to Punish GT. All the boomers out there, the pump. Bitcoin is pumping. Bitcoin itself, Bitcoin Core #1 gunner is pumping almost 9,000. It's at 86 right now. Everything's green on the markets, but the talk of the week or the past couple of weeks is this Bitcoin SV, which is led by a gentleman that claims to be the creator, Satoshi himself. And what's controversial is that most people, including myself, don't believe him. But this thing keeps pumping. There's new information with the court case, and it's a pump like no other. I'll tell you this one. None of you maniacs, including myself, expect this attack from the left flank by SV. And it is what it is. Never a dull moment here in the crypto space, guys. Okay, crypto is exciting again, all of a sudden. So, we're going to look into it. I got a couple articles pulled up here. From several outfits, and I got so many questions, and I'm left with more questions than answers and opinions. I mean, and I want to hear what you guys got to think or say. But one thing I will say is that the mainstream narrative, like 60-70% of the crypto space say, no, it's fake and it's completely a scam. I don't know if that's the narrative. There's something here. I don't believe this gentleman. But there's a reason that this is going down, and it's certainly confusing, okay? I think there's more to the pudding here, and Currency says everything's pumping. Shout out to Currency. Woo! Currency, thank you. I appreciate it. Shout out to Currency. He's out there covering the world reset and dropping videos like no other every single day. 1, 2, 3, bada bing, bada boom. I've seen those Benny videos that you're dropping. I don't know who he is, but it's interesting content. And go ahead and tune in to Currency. He always comes here, drops me $5-10, and then leaves. I appreciate you, Currency. So stay strong out there. Today we're talking about this Bitcoin SV pump. Everything's pumping. Everything's green, grass fed. Plenty of non-GMO on the streets. Now, is this SV GMO? I don't know. Is genetically modified? I don't know. Is it the real Bitcoin right now, guys? There is no altcoins that are superior to SV except Cash, Ripple, Ether, and Bitcoin. So one thing is this. If your altcoin, if you're not looking at your altcoin, okay, your top 10, your top 20, if you're not looking at it sideways, your EOS's, your Trons, your Cardanos, your Stinky Linkers, your Huobi's, whatever you want, your makers, if you're not looking at them with the side eye and asking them, how could SV surpass all of these coins? I have no idea. Right now, I'll tell you this much. All my coins are I'm questioning everything. The movement seems here is like it's Bitcoin or bust, or I don't even know. This space is more confusing than it was. I think even when that pump happened. This is something unexpected. Up 84%, over $306. The number 5 coin right now, and 60% of the markets are not believing it. 60% of the markets are not believing, there was some sort of poll there on Twitter. It says, do you think that BSV is the truth or it's not? And 60%, I think, of the market or the space, let's say, doesn't believe it. But, I don't know if that number is true when this thing has surged to number 5. So, it is what it is. Alter says February 3rd, we will know. Derek McLean says Bitcoin SV is trash. Yeah, I mean, that's what I've been saying, but apparently not in price lately. So it's up 84%. So whether you think it's trash or not, somebody's gaining right now. Somebody's winning, and it is what it is. And, it's funny to see, the Bitcoin maximalist, which I once was, feeling some type of way. And, they're so married to the idea of, Satoshi the Santa Claus that, anything that goes against that narrative freaks them out. Even me saying that Satoshi Santa Claus rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. They're like, champ, before you know it, you're going to be doing Ripple trades or whatnot. And guys, it is what it is. Somo says BSV is Bitcoin. Why are you saying that it's trash? Listen, I'm not, I'll snipe people out the box for, being, saying this is look, Bitcoin is number one. Until SV goes to number one, it ain't the real Bitcoin. So it is what it is now. It may or may not be, but right now it's BTCSV. BSV is what it is. Okay, you got BCH, and then you got what claims to be Bitcoin. And listen, Bitcoin Core is not looking like Satoshi's white paper. I'll tell you that much. So it is what it is, guys. We're going to look at the markets, and then we're going to talk about this pump. And, it's certainly confusing. I'll tell you that much because, the vibrations and the way the gentleman's acting is not reflective of what many people thought Satoshi was. But, I think that we're getting played on both sides here. Sambo, I don't need to explain how anything works. You've never been in the population of the chat box. I'm on stage. You don't need to take the microphone off from me. So keep up with the comments. I'm going to snipe you out the box. Keep your little mouth shut and listen to the champion if you want to be in this space. If not, you're going to get wasted. Okay? One more, I'll have Rafterman shoot you out the box. So shut up, Sambo, right now. I don't care what you got to say. No one's ever seen you before. You're just a small fry in the game. Okay? So, be quiet. Just keep your mouth shut, Sambo, for right now. Let the show go on, and we can chop up on the Q&A a little later. Okay? Oh, he's been sniped out the box. Sambo was put on timeout. He sniped him out. Okay, I would have gave him one more gun, but Rafterman wasn't having it. So, there it goes. So, guys, if you've never been in this space before and you want to go ahead and fill up the population of the chat box with what you think is the facts or not, I'm going to snipe you out the box, okay? I'm on stage here. I got the microphone. I don't let little trolls in the audience try to steal the mic, okay? So just be quiet and listen to the champion. I'm going to go ahead and cover all the, not all, but most of the news going on, and we could talk about it. It's real simple. We could talk about it. He got put on timeout. Okay, yeah, put him on timeout. So, that's the thing with this BSV, guys. They come in blazing. They want to steal the mic. Guys, calm down. I'm going to cover BSV, okay? And I'm not shilling for BTC, okay? It is what it is. We're going to talk about it, but some of these BSV guys need to cool it. Cool out, okay? Let's go ahead and check out CoinMarketCap. And for all you BSV maniacs out there, calm down. Champ is going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about, your savior. Okay? Derek Smith is here. Double X is here. Yeah, you got to calm down with these guys. And it's not like I'm not trying to cover it, but calm down. Let me explain it to you. Say, guys, he already dropped like 6 tweets or comments. He hadn't even been here. So let me waste him again. And he's on timeout. He hasn't been banned for life. But if he comes up again, Rafterman, talking that trash, ban him for life. He thinks we need a history lesson. I know, these guys, no one's ever seen. Look, if someone like, Punish or Double X comes into the box and said, champ, let me explain something to you real quick. I see you guys every day, so I'm going to listen. You're privy to a little bit more microphone time, a little more air time here. But if you've never been in the population of the chat box, you've never kaboomed with us, you've never taken fires out here in the trenches, I don't need to hear what you're saying. Okay? I'll listen to you. I'll give you a chance, but get in line. There's plenty of people that want to talk here. Get in line to the back of the line out here. Get him to the back of the line. He's on timeout. Let me go ahead and share my display. Hit refresh. I'm not irritated today. The other day I got irritated. Today it's a joke. These guys are funny to me. BTC at 86.26. It's up 6%. It's looking healthy. We're almost at 9,000. We got $233 billion on the market cap, looking healthy. Bitcoin dominance has decreased a little more, about 1%, 67%. I'm wondering how many people, ended up buying a bag of SV just to see if it's going to go up. Ether at 156. Ripple at 23 cents. Bitcoin Cash at 328. Satoshi Vision, now the number 5 coin, exceeding everybody's expectation, including myself, 325. And listen, this went not how I expected. This is to show you that I don't know what's going to go on. The champ doesn't know. I've been saying fake Toshi BSV is trash, and this thing keeps going up. Okay, so it is what it is. You got to be able to call it what it is. Now, is it real? Is it not? I don't know, but it's superior to Litecoin, EOS, and Binance and Tron right now. So, maybe tomorrow it's different. Let me be clear. I'm not interested in holding these baggies. Even if this gentleman ends up being the truth, it'll just prove to me that this space has been, garbage bags from the beginning. And it's just, people using the hope of, freedom and decentralization. Look, I said this before. Decentralization. Let's talk about this for a second. Decentralization, the number one word and the tagline that everybody gets behind here in this crypto space. Decentralization means nothing if there's the majority of the coins or a significant amount of coins is controlled by certain entities. Let's talk about this. Forget about whether CW is Satoshi or not. There is an entity that created the BTC. There is a lot of BTC coins that haven't moved from the original wallet. Satoshi walked away. He left it. What happens when those coins move? Okay? My understanding is that there's about maybe 5% of coins that are controlled by a certain entity that could be Satoshi. So when you got a significant amount of coins in circulating supply in control by a small amount, a small group, or maybe even one person, decentralization of the blockchain doesn't matter. They could crash the markets immediately. So, it is what it is. Champ, read my super chat. I never saw him on my right flank. Everybody hits the likes. Yeah, Rafterman caught him. I would have gave him one more tweet, but it's okay. Shoot first, ask questions last out here. This guy, and anybody. I like to entertain them and give them a chance because sometimes they're stepping into a space that they've never been corrected before. They're probably little soy boys, and they go into chats and nobody ever talks back to them. You step in this chat, you better come correct. I'm just saying, and I'll give him a chance. But apparently Raptorman didn't want to give him a chance, that he sniped out the ball in timeout for 300 seconds. So let's see if he, what happens. Tim Shaw says Calvin does most of the mining from what I understand. Yeah, I came across that information. We're going to go over a couple articles because, look, I'm going to keep it 1,000. I don't know what the hell's going on with this Bitcoin SV. I'm left with more questions than answers. I'll be honest with you. I'm sitting here from the sidelines. I'm not going to jump into it, whether this is legit or not. It's just I'm watching this to see what's going on. Okay? And it's moving beyond what people expected. Okay, so Sambo's back. He's listening. Just listen. I'm going to cover it, and I'm going to give all the information out there, Sambo, but just listen. Calm down out there. You're part of the audience. You're not part of the show, okay? Tim Shaw says, glad you're still doing this. I'm out here in the trenches, all right? Whether things go up or down, I'm out here gunning. Some of these tubers out here are only out shooting when the price is up, or when things are going their way. I'm going to be shooting regardless. And I'm telling you, I've been here since, even when it crashed from 20K to 3K, I'm here. Let's go over the markets, check out the prices, and then we're going to talk about SV Pump, and we're going to raise the questions. We're going to talk about, I'm going to go over a few articles, and that's what it is, okay? We'll go over it. Let's check out the cryptocurrency market cap. Let's go back to that page. Boom. All right. We are BTC at 86.26, Ether at 156. It's up. Everything's up today. Okay. Everything's up, which is good. Ripple, 23 cents. Bitcoin Cash is pumping as well. It's important to note that Bitcoin Cash is associated with Bitcoin SV. Bitcoin SV came out of Bitcoin Cash. Okay, Bitcoin SV came out of Bitcoin Cash, and that's interesting that both of them are up. Now, I've also noticed that not only BCH and BSV are up, but Bitcoin Diamond and Bitcoin Gold have pumped as well. Okay, so that's something to note. Litecoin looking weak, and I'm one that has a Litecoin bag, and I know some of you guys in the population have bags, and I don't know what to say about this Litecoin. Looking sad. It's looking like a funny bunny. I never thought we would be in a situation where SV is looking stronger than Litecoin, guys. wow. And I thought Litecoin was like the safe bet. You know, it's Litecoin seemed like a friendly coin, non-controversial. No one ever calls Litecoin a scam. But you know, apparently it's not polarized enough. You got EOS at 344 slipping in the rankings as well. I got a baggie of EOS. I don't know what to say about it. What's interesting here is Binance, one of the top performers these past couple of years, okay, is losing ranking. Okay, and it's interesting that Binance, they banned Bitcoin SV, and they're losing now. So, you know, it's interesting to know. And I like Binance, and I think Binance is a coin that has proved to have a revenue model. You know, they actually have an exchange. They're actually making money, you guys. You can't say Binance is a fraud because they actually have an exchange that's being used. Now, maybe there's funny bunny going on with that exchange. I don't know, but they actually have a product that people are using. Okay, I think we can all agree with that. Tron is at 1 cent. Monero, you know how I feel about Monero, the only true crypto on the block. Don't expect Monero to be the number one coin, or don't expect it to gain that much more weight. It's going to stay where it's at. And I think Monero serves its purpose in that gray area, if you ask me. You got Cardano at 3 cents. Cardano's been stuck at 3 cents since 1992. Stellar at 5 cents, Tezo at 132, Leo at 87, Cosmos at 438. Who's the major pumpers today? SV, the number one pumper, up 95%. Dash, how about Dash? $84. Dash, I like Dash, guys, but I don't hold any. I like the idea, but I don't hold any. Bitcoin Cash is up 25%, and let's see. Look, there you go. Bitcoin Gold up 20%. Bitcoin Diamond up 16%. It's interesting to note. Okay, so let's talk about, let me look at the population of the chat box, and I'm going to pull up these BSV articles because that's what people are talking about today. 8,700 on Bitcoin, looking strong. We have gone through what I have identified as a resistance level. The resistance was 8,400. It looks like we've broken that downward channel that we've been in for the past 3 months. Okay, you can see this downward channel ever since the high in, what was that? October? Yeah, the high in October, which was like about 10K. We've been on a downward channel ever since then, but just recently we cracked through that resistance, and it looks like we may be setting up for another bull run here with Bitcoin, at least maybe a baby bull run towards 10K. So that's what it is. Let's talk about, let me look at the chat box, and then we'll pull up these Bitcoin SV articles, okay? Derek says, if it ain't BTC, if it don't produce cash flow, it's trash. Rafterman says, I still believe in Litecoin. Derek McLean says BNB is not losing ranking. The market cap is the same. Well, it lost ranking because other coins have a higher market cap now. So, I mean, Binance is now number 10. And it's headed number 9. Now it's number 9. At one point, it was like number 7. So, you know, it's lost the ranking. And that's interesting to me because I like Binance. I do like Binance. I think it's legit. But at the same token, and if, you know, this is something that would be interesting 2 years ago. It's a little centralized. All these coins are centralized. Doesn't matter. Even if it's not centralized on the block production, there's on the other end, it's centralized as far as the holdings. Bitcoin, BTC equals gold, Bitcoin SV equals fool's gold. Yeah, I mean, you know, it sounds right, Derek, but at the end of the day, this thing is up 99% today. So, you know, somebody's winning, and it's not us right now. So let's talk about it. Is this the article I want to put up first? Okay, I'm gonna read you this stuff. We're gonna go over this information, and this was posted today. So let's go up with this first article. I'm gonna share this in the population of the chat box so you guys could read it itself. You can follow along with me. Let me be clear with you guys, okay? I got an open mind. I'm looking into BSV. I'm not interested in it, you know, but I'm gonna cover it because right now I will admit that it's doing more than a lot of people expected, and I think that while the majority of the space is calling it trash, I think that there's something there. And I'm not going to say that I'm on the BSV train because I'm not. But I think that the fact that all this is going down shows to me that there's something that hasn't been uncovered yet. Okay, why he's acting like this or why not, or, you know, there's something we just don't know. There's a missing link here. And, indeed that missing link may prove that this is trash. But until we figure it all out, or maybe we won't, it's that big mystery, and that's the thing with this crypto space. There's so many mysteries, and, that's how could you store value in a mystery? Think about that. Okay, so let's talk about it. Will Bitcoin SV repeat pump and dump of 2019? This is on cryptonews.com, posted by Frederick Vold. Rumors about the self-proclaimed Satoshi Nakamoto, Australian computer scientist Craig Wright have seemingly fueled a rally of more than 100% in Bitcoin SV. A rise of 43% recorded in the past 24 hours, blah, blah, blah. Let's get into the meat and potatoes, okay? According to the screenshots posted on Twitter, amongst others, Arthur Van Pelt, co-founder of fintech company Dragon Industries, Wright appears to confirm that he has received the final part of a private key from the so-called Tulip Trust. The key is said to be able to unlock more than 1 million Bitcoin that were allegedly mined during the early days of the original crypto. The screenshots, which appear to be from a Slack chat, show Wright saying next week we file and already arrived, which likely refers to the missing part of the key and his intention to file this within a Florida court next week. However, Pelt also tweeted a clear warning with the screenshot saying this is nothing less than a fabricated scam and a pump and dump orchestrated by the people on the helm, says this gentleman. So don't trade, ever stay out. And he's trying to tag the SEC enforcement. Listen, these crypto policemen, okay, need to slow down. If you don't like the coin, if you think it's a fraud or anything, then don't buy it. Okay, but tagging the SEC and acting like the crypto policeman, this is virtual signaling 3000. You need to slow down with the virtue signaling out here. Listen, I don't believe in SV, but you don't see me tagging the SEC or anything like that. I'm just not into it. I'm not going to purchase it, and I'll give you my personal opinion. But come on, this guy looking like the policeman out here. Slow down out here. As reported back in May of 2019, a pump and dump situation occurred in Bitcoin SV at the time, which was largely attributed to fake news circulating in China. The fake news report back then claimed that that Craig Wright had successfully proved that he is Satoshi, and that Binance would again list SV, and that was fake news, and that was the last time it pumped. So let's look at these tweets, okay? Because this guy's sharing the tweets that CW. You could see CW tweeted. Funny, but next week I will be in submission. I will start teaching, and the bonded couriers are here. You can click on all this. Let me link this. In the population. I don't know if they're going to let me. It's too long. All right, whatever. And this guy says, it's an amazing trade as long as you fully understand the premise of the trade is bullshit. Says, meanwhile. Let me click on this here. Next week we filed, already arrived, and he's showing, what seems to be the keys. Bonded couriers aren't shadowy. Next week we file. So, this hype has led people to be like, wow, what if this guy really is, or he's not? I've went through many thoughts of, who this character is. And, one possible scenario could be is that, he was working with the team that was Satoshi. At this point, I don't think Satoshi's a one guy. Okay. At this point, Satoshi's a team, and it has to be linked somehow to the top tiers of some sort of control system. Okay. And maybe this gentleman's rebelling against them and saying, whatever, if you guys want to stay quiet, then maybe I'll claim it for myself. Or they're allowing him to do this so that he could be some sort of, crypto celeb or not. Maybe to delegitimize Bitcoin. I don't know. I really don't know. But this guy's looking like an Elon Musk to me, like a Richard Branson, because you know how I feel about Elon. Elon's a fraud, a fake, an actor. He didn't shoot a Tesla into space. That is not true. That's green screen. Okay. And this guy, Elon, there's no way that he's doing all he's doing without being some sort of actor or something. So I think that this gentleman, I don't know, it could be that, or it could be not, or he could be a wild maniac and saying, you know what, I'm going to take this risk of perhaps being perjured. And what if he ends up getting locked up for it? How long is the sentence for perjury? Is it like 5 years, 10 years? Maybe he's willing to take the rap if he can pump his coin to billions of dollars? I don't know. I have no idea. Or maybe, let's say everything he says is true. Okay? I think the probability of that is kind of low. It seems like somebody's lying. It seems like there's lies on both sides. Let's talk about what you get. Is it being used not in any substantial way to compare to Bitcoin? Well, okay, let's talk about that. There's more transactions now apparently on the BTC chain than there is on Bitcoin, is what they're saying. I don't know if that's true. Let's continue reading more articles. This is another one posted today by Crypto Slate. I'll drop it in the population of the chat box. And let me go ahead and Bitcoin SV. There we go. Contentious Bitcoin hard fork SV has surged over 25%. Blah blah blah. However, many in the crypto communities believe that SV might be an exit scam. It may serve as a get-rich-quick scheme for its creators, said this gentleman, Tom Canterbury. BSV's Genesis upgrade is a Trojan horse for being able to move Satoshi coins on that chain. They won't and can't move Bitcoin can't move on Bitcoin chain. In order to continue the narrative that Craig Wright is Satoshi, this is all being coordinated alongside the court case. Truly spectacular. Previous sanction ordering Wright to give up Bitcoin holdings would not stand. This was interesting to me too. A U.S. district judge recently ruled that a previous sanction instructing Craig Wright, the self-proclaimed Bitcoin inventor, to surrender half of his Bitcoin holdings to Dave Kleiman's estate will not stand. The U.S. magistrate judge Bruce Reinhart had announced the sanction ruling in August 2019 in the long-running court battle concerning 1.1 million Bitcoin, which were allegedly mined by Wright and Kleiman during Bitcoin's early days. Guys, if anybody holds 1 million Bitcoin, then decentralization of the Bitcoin chain means nothing. That's like 5% of all the circulating supply, or the what will be the circulating supply. That's more than 5% of the circulating supply because we haven't mined all 21. So, think about that. Court's documents submitted to the U.S. District Court in Florida on January 10th confirmed that Judge Beth Bloom determined that Reinhart's previous sanction order was improper. So she went and said that he doesn't have to give up Bitcoins if he has them. The court can't determine how much Bitcoin Wright owns, but the recent ruling indicates that the sanction was improper, as certain facts such as Wright being an equal partner with Kleiman are not necessarily related to the discovery issue, which is a list of Wright's alleged BTC holding. If the court does acknowledge and accept the presented facts, the discovery abuse will still be uncured because the court is still unable to determine how much Bitcoin Wright actually owns. You see how confusing this is? So, look what the judge is not believing it. The judge has now given Wright until February 3rd to notify the court if a mysterious bonded courier appears with the final key slice so he can gain access to his alleged Bitcoin holdings. So there you go. Let's look at what Forbes has to say. A lot of people are covering it. Bitcoin SV has suddenly soared, pushing Bitcoin to a fresh 2020. Here's why. I'm going to drop this one in the population as well. Bitcoin rivals, Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV, both of which are offshoots of the original Bitcoin, have suddenly soared. Bitcoin price has climbed on the back of the broader crypto rally. Bitcoin SV, which in turn broke away from Bitcoin Cash, is controlled by a controversial computer scientist, Craig Wright, has rocketeered higher following reports Wright has acquired documents that might help prove he had a hand in Bitcoin creation a little over 10 years ago. The Bitcoin SV has been climbing. Wright, who has repeatedly claimed to be the mysterious creator of Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto, is locked in a long-running U.S. legal dispute with Ira Kleiman, who is suing for half of a 1.1 million Bitcoin hoard worth almost $9 billion. This is interesting, guys, okay? Why would this guy, Ira Kleiman, or his estate be suing Wright if they didn't believe he had a bag? Okay? Remember, this guy, Satoshi, is the defendant, okay? And Kleiman is saying, no, this guy's got some of my baggies. So Kleiman seems to believe the hype. Wright scored a minor victory in court last week when a judge ruled facts previously established in the Florida trial were now in dispute and granted Wright 3 weeks to unlock the so-called Tulip Trust that contains many of the first Bitcoins created. Wright claims the trust is currently inaccessible because several keys are held by unnamed intermediary, but now has until February 3rd to find them. However, the judge, Beth Bloom, has expressed doubts. And here's what she says. Given the defendant's many inconsistencies and misstatements, and this is why I'm not believing this guy, because he's inconsistent and has misstatements, okay? Which the judge says herself. The court questions whether it's remotely plausible that the mysterious bonded courier is going to arrive, yet alone that he will arrive in January 2020, as the defendant now contends. Bitcoin SV supporters hope that this latest development in the complex story will mean Wright is accepted as Bitcoin creator with control of more than 1 million Bitcoin, is able to steer the market towards his Bitcoin SV. So read that in its entirety, and that's what's going on. Okay, so let me know what you guys think. How is this thing pumping? Is there's wash trading involved here? Is it legit? Are people really buying this? And the last thing I want to say about this, and maybe someone could give me some information. Certainly, maybe Sambo could answer this. I went on 4chan to find out, see what the channers were saying out there. And there was several posters that kept alluding to Bitcoin SV's association with Twitch. Like, oh, you haven't been on Twitch lately? If you know, that's why Bitcoin SV is pumping. So I don't know what's going on there. So could someone fill me in? Are Twitch users using BSV? What's going on? Okay, let me know. Let me know about that. If you can, let me know what the association of SV with Twitch is, because apparently they're alluding to something there. And I'll leave it at that. My conclusion here is that I don't know what the hell's going on. Okay, this certainly is entertaining to watch. I'm not going to jump on the SV. I wouldn't jump on any coin, okay, that surged 100% overnight. That to me looks like a don't touch. You buy when it's red and you sell when it's green, and that is what the majority of the space can agree with. Lucian says there's wash trading, big whales, shitty exchanges. SATA exists on OKX and Huobi. Yeah, so that could be a possibility as well. One thing, like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, all of us, including the champ, should be looking at our altcoins with the side eye and asking ourselves, little altcoins, how could you let SV surpass you in market cap? Okay, all these altcoins. Okay, here comes SV with all this controversy, and even if it's being used, it's not being used more than some other altcoins. I'll give it that much. How could this thing pump? So there's 1,000 reasons, but the bottom line is that because it's pumping and there's reasons, it makes all the other coins look bad. It makes all the other coins look bad. Okay. Could it be pumping due to people thinking that they missed the boat on Bitcoin, so they're buying the other Bitcoins due to the cheaper price and claim to be the real one? Yeah, that's a possibility as well. That's a possibility. Sell now before 3 or 4 major whales take all the gains, says Just Murphy. I'll tell you this much, okay? Forget about the narrative, whether this guy is legit or not. Okay, let's put that aside for now. Assume, let's say that I had the bags and I've been, and I got SV. If any coin for that matter, even if, if any coin pumps 100% in 24 hours, you better consider taking some profits. Because if you don't, the greed is high in you. The greed is too high in you, and you probably should lose it all. Okay? If you double up in one day and you stay on the table trying to get more profits, then you're a greedy bastard. That's all I got to say. Buy low, sell high. Derek, I don't know, because market cap doesn't equal intrinsic value. Yeah, you're right. If you're going after intrinsic value, that's cool. I mean, there's, arguably coins that have more intrinsic value than Bitcoin, but that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about the price. Okay. And right now the price of SV is higher than the price of Binance. Forget about utility and intrinsic value. Right now, the price is what it is. If you had the SV bag, you could sell it for over $300. And that's the reality. Sambo says, yes, it is being used. Weather SV Streamanity Twitch app. Okay, yeah, I know you have a lot to say. Maybe you could let us know more about how SV is being used in Twitch and why people think that's a good thing. Because I didn't know. I'm not on Twitch, but I went on the Chan and it's everything's polarized. But there's certain people that came out and said, look, BSV, check out why it's being used in Twitch. And, I didn't even know that. Okay. Rafterman says, Sam says SV is on the Twitch app. Is that true? Could someone verify that? Is SV actually on the Twitch app? Sambo says BTC has no use. It's been charged with SegWit. Yeah, we've gone over the critiques about Bitcoin here. I'm certainly not afraid, or do I avoid critiquing Bitcoin? I'm not a Bitcoin maximalist. I've called Satoshi, Santa Claus. All that being said, I mean, it's still the number one gunner, and you got to understand that, it still has way more weight. Okay. So I think we can agree here with that logic. It doesn't matter about the fundamentals, guys. I think we can all agree. The fundamentals are not the only thing. The intrinsic value are not the only thing that drives the price. It's also hype. Look what's happening with SV. And that being said, the hype is what's kept Bitcoin at number one. I know that Bitcoin is not the superior blockchain. Okay. It's not fungible. It has off-chain solutions in the form of Lightning Network and SegWit. It's not what it was expected to be. But does that mean it's going to lose its number one position? I don't know. Bitcoin does exactly what it needs to do at the moment. It will adapt and evolve as needed. That's interesting. I will say one thing, says Sambo. CSW is an intelligence test. If his arrogance triggers you and you can't see the truth, then that says a lot about your critical thinking on seeing the facts. I don't know if that's true or not. And I wouldn't say I'm triggered by the arrogance, but I'm put off. But that being said, I'm looking into it. I'll look at it, but for now I'm going to be on the sidelines, because critical thinking will tell you don't get into something that is green doubled up overnight. That's bottom line. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what coin it is, I'm not looking short-term, champ. I'm looking long-term, says Derek. 100% in a couple of days is cool, but how long will it be around there? Yeah, that's I see where you're coming from. Hans says, if Craig doesn't have the keys by the end of the month, someone needs... There's no call for violence here, Hans. Okay, that's stupid. Okay, he could say whatever the hell he wants, and if he doesn't produce the keys, then guys should just dump on him. But calling for violence is straight up retarded, and you've never been here in the chat box, so do me a favor, Hans, shut up, okay? And, one more stupid violence questions, I'm going to snipe you out the box. It's the same with the crypto. If you don't like the coin, okay, don't be the policeman or try to be the virtue signaler and trying to incite violence. Just leave it alone, or at least just mock it. But, calling for violence or calling for the SEC is straight up retarded. Okay, guys? This is the crypto space, a free market. Now stop it. Okay, if you don't like it, don't participate. Batman says, so I saw a video about the start of the year for Bitcoin. If you go back and look, BTC puts in the high or low for the year in January, hoping 7K was the low. Let's moon. Yeah, it certainly was in 2019. Remember, the low was like at 3K. Panda says, Bitcoin is a protocol. It isn't going away. You can't just say, here's a better one and everyone will adopt it. I agree. Panda King says, BSV and BCH are utter trash. I don't hold either. But I've said this before. I like the revolutionary attitude with BCH at one point, and they said, no, we're going to do this way, and they went ahead and they did it, and that's fine. I didn't stand by them, but I said, let them do what they want to do. I'm now holding the BCH, but am I here trashing BCH all the time? No. Okay. And, I'll look at BSV and I'll call it for what it is. I'm not liking the vibrations over there. So, I'm not attracted to a coin that doubles up overnight. It certainly seems suspect to me. But I'm going to look at it and, I'm paying attention. It's on the radar. Yeah, calling for violence, profanity. Come on. There's no reason to call for violence out here. That's stupid, guys. That to me is some virtual signaling. That's some lefty liberal crap, guys. Stop it. Okay? If you don't like it, if you don't think it's legit, then don't deal with it and just say, I don't like it. And you could even just give your opinion, but don't be out here as the policeman. Panda Keys, an epic dump in BSV is coming tonight. I'll tell you this, if I had it, I'd dump it, whether I thought it was Satoshi or not, because the gains are high. Sambo says it's Twetch, not Twitch. Oh, so there's something else called Twetch? Okay, so now it's getting confusing. So we're trying to find out. Like I said, I was on 4chan and I saw some people talking about how BSV is used on Twitch, and that's one of the reasons that it's more valuable or something like that. And I saw a few people said that, and I was like, man, I don't know about this, but now we're learning that it's not Twitch, it's called Twetch with an E. So maybe it's now that's another thing. Are they just trying to just use the name, the misspelled URL to gain traffic, basically? So I don't, now that I hear, if that's true what you're saying, Sambo, Twetch, come on, is the whole thing just a knockoff? Everything they do. Also, Streamanity is an alternative to YouTube that uses I never heard of that one. Hans says, okay, that was a bit too harsh, but scammers like Craig Wright need a lesson. I hope karma will deal with them. Listen, karma, forget about it. It's only the good Lord that handles things, okay? Forget about karma. It's the good Lord, okay? And, let him be the judge. That's not up to you, Hans. Stop trying to be the police. Worry about cleaning your own room. There's platforms being created for BSV. That's what Bitcoin was for. Micropayments. Okay. All right. Yeah, that I know, and I'm sure that, Bitcoin Cash is on that train as well, along with a bunch of other coins. But once again, all these other coins are cute, but no one's explained how they're better than Monero other than saying Monero is not scalable. But Monero's the one, guys. Sounds like an attention grab to me, says Rafterman. That's what I was thinking, though. Is this guy just, placing a bet just to get as much attention and try to pump things as possible, and whether he has to take the rap and, get locked up for a couple of years, maybe it's worth it. Would you get locked up for a couple of years if you could get $1 billion? I know some people will consider it. Mikey Bravo says, Mike, the original Baby Bear, it's been a while. Yeah, the Baby Bear Cubs are still dancing and prancing. Snipe them out the box. Yeah, Twitch is not Twitch. Yeah, I know. And that probably confuses a lot of people. It was confusing me. I was like, wow, Twitch, is they're using it? And it's that easily how people can get confused. Put Twitch in Google. They force you to remain it to Twitch. To rename it to Twitch. Yeah, that's funny. We got 38 crypto maniacs here in the population of the chat box, and this thing is pumping. One thing I'll say, guys, whether this thing is legit or not, it has exposed the weakness of altcoins, guys. How weak is Litecoin looking today? How weak is EOS and Binance looking today when this controversial coin can just swoop on up to the top 5? Okay? Just on hype alone. Okay? It's showing me that, the game is weak. The game is weak right now. We still collecting the bits, and also more bits champion. You know it. Monero has a small user base and isn't even used a lot and isn't the most private and can't scale a low liquidity. That's why it's not the best. It's the most liquid of privacy coins. Okay? And it's used a lot more than the other privacy coins. Yeah, Samboy, we got the point, Sambo. Or it's Twitch with an E, not I. But look at the box, Sambo. You're talking too much now. Listen, Sambo, you're talking too much. Slow down, slow down. We got the point that you're trying to put across. It's Twitch with an E, not an I. We got it. You said it 50 times. Yo, champ, how it goes? It goes green. The bottom is in. I hope so. I hope so. You know, more bits and more bits. At this point, bits and maybe Ether, but all these other coins, forget about them. And listen, I love Monero. I think it hits all the points, but I'm not expecting it to moon to the moon or anything like that. And talking about the moon, guys, go over and watch the stream I did on the moon hoax. Guys, do it now. It's over here. Things that make you go, the moon landing. It's right here on the display. Go to the replays. Okay, it was a good stream yesterday. We talked about the NASA lies, guys. So that's another one. That's off topic, but go over there to DLive, and we got to get off this YouTube stuff. So DLive. Okay. BNB is looking smart for not allowing that trash coin on their platform. Keep asking questions. I'll try my best to find out about SB. Okay. I mean, I've asked the questions that I've asked, and you said what you said. You haven't really gave me any new information that I haven't heard already. So listen. Also, no one hired you or asked you to come here to answer questions. If anything, you should be listening. Remember, listen first. Listen first. Derek says, we read that. G Torres says, it shows the market's mostly speculation. Right. And that's why I've been saying that everybody that's married to these technicals need to slow down. Okay? Because there's a lot more than technicals driving this market. And a lot of it is emotions and just speculation. Let's look at this article over here on Crypto Globe. Bitcoin SV mysteriously jumps 90% to become a top 5 crypto. Satoshi's vision of crypto created a lot of through a hard fork. Blue. Let's see what they say. The motives behind the crypto surge are currently unclear. While some believe large players are simply entering the crypto space and showing preference for BSV, others have other theories. Notable Bitcoin SV supporters include billionaire entrepreneur Calvin Ayre and self-proclaimed Satoshi Nakamoto Craig Wright. On Twitter, some have pointed to screenshots showing supposed messages from Craig Wright himself, implying the private keys from the so-called Tulip Trust, which said to have 1.1 million Bitcoin, have arrived. If they have indeed arrived, BSV supporters may be buying the cryptocurrency, expecting Craig to dump the 1.1 million Bitcoin, now worth over 9.5 billion for the cryptocurrency he supports. And you can click here and look at the same tweets that we were talking about. Using data from Crypto Compare, it seems clear that Bitcoin isn't being dumped on a large scale for BSV. Most other cryptos, including BTCs, are up 6%, a 27% gain in the last 24-hour period. While BSV is up 80% against Bitcoin, data shows only 20% of its rising trading volume is against Bitcoin, and nearly 58% of it is against USDT stablecoin. The funny USD stablecoin, guys. The money printer. Okay, read that. 20% of its rising trading volume is against Bitcoin, and nearly 58% is against USDT. In both cases, volume appears to be evenly spread out across the top cryptocurrency exchanges. Calvin Ayre, reacting to the price rise on Twitter, retweeted others, pointing out that if the surge keeps going, BSV will soon flip Bitcoin Cash in terms of market cap, which is itself a fork of the original Bitcoin blockchain. Okay. Ayre also claimed that the price rise can't be attributed to a single factor, instead claiming it's the result of a combination of things. Among them, the world realizing Craig is Satoshi. It's no one thing, says Calvin Ayre. It's a combo of things. The world realizing Craig is Satoshi, it's sinking in why scaling matters and how N-Chain's patents make it impossible for others to copy BSV's massive scaling ability. Understand that real value comes from utility, only BSV. So, you want to go ahead and read the rest. There it is. So we're covering the information. We're definitely not censoring information. It is what it is. I'll show it out to you, and You guys make your own call. I'll tell you this. I'm not jumping in any coin. Even if this is a legit coin, I'm not jumping in any coin that's up 100% in the past 24 hours. Okay? I buy when it's red, sell when it's green. And that's what it is. Funny Bunny says Dolphin 134. Bitcoin halving in 84 days and BTC in 119. Will Bitcoin Cash continue beating Bitcoin in the next 2 months is the question. I don't know. But this is a wild market. And I think we can all agree that nobody knows what's going on, okay? Nobody, okay? And, you know, that being said, I think that it's prudent to stick with the top gunner because of that. Bitcoin is not the best tech. It stays on top, showing common sense is not always the driving factor. That's right. That's right. Common sense is not always the driving factor. Fundamentals, the tech of the coin, the intrinsic value, all that, it shows you how wild the market is. So that's what it is, guys. I'll take a few more comments and questions. Guys, DLive. Go check me out over there. DLive.tv/Champagne Crypto. Things that make you go, the moon landing, guys. That's one of the bigger lies. It's one of the bigger lies. We're deconstructing a lot of the lies out there on DLive because, you talk about certain things here on Twitter and they hit you up with a soy EMP, and it is what it is. So go over there, check out that broadcast. I have a link there to documentary, the best documentary I've ever seen on the fake moon landing. It's called American Moon. It's by an Italian director. And he recently posted in October and November. There, the Twitter's 3.5 hours, and he just crushes and destroys all the naysayers with facts upon facts and evidence, and boom, boom, boom. It's like, and I was one of those young gunners when I was a young chap with the space camp out there in Cape Canaveral, and I sipped on the potion. So go over there and check it out, DLive.tv, and become a follower. And go check out what's going on over there. A few more comments and questions before I go ahead and retire this stream. I don't know if I'm going to be on DLive today. I'll probably eat a little bit and maybe do another DLive show. I'm going to be doing how I have been doing, ancillary content there on DLive. The things that make you go, broadcast over there is good. Where I'll be showing videos and talking about topics that make you go, And this Bitcoin SV is definitely things that make you go, But the stakes are not as high, certainly, as something like moon landing or 9/11. That's another one. Building 7 is the gateway. I keep saying it. Loving Bitcoin Cash right now. It's doing the kapump, says Queen's Races. Yeah, it's kapumping Queen's Races. Welcome to the box. But, SV's up 100%. SV's 100%. Could you believe that? Moon landing was fake news. Absolutely. And it took me a while to swallow that pill. At first I thought it was just an internet conspiracy, but the more you look into it, I mean, it's I don't know how anybody actually could believe it after looking at the pictures, the evidence, and really going through it logically. I mean, you got to be watching porn to believe the hype. BSV is now passing Bitcoin Cash. It may be. Let's see. This is right now. Anything could happen, guys. Anything could happen. You got, it's Bitcoin SV is 5.955 billion, and Bitcoin Cash is 5.994. So it could happen today. Champ, where can you watch American Moon? We're just talking about this earlier today. I shared a clip of it in that broadcast. So, I mean, definitely check out. I don't know if you checked out the broadcast that I did, and I covered a lot of stuff. It's like about an hour broadcast there on DLive. The replay's up for the next 3 days. American Moon's here on YouTube. Let me see if I can find the link for you guys. Give me a sec, because it's a must see. Okay, it's a must see. I recommend everybody check it out. Let me see if I can find it for you boomers. You got a point there, Zeppelin. The Kleiman family would not pay money to see coins from Craig Wright if they didn't know he had them. And, that's a point that is, why would they even be paying all the lawyers and creating all this hype if there wasn't something to gain out of it? That think about that. Why would someone pay all this money to sue somebody if they didn't really think that they can get something from them? So, let me find it for you guys. Let me go back and we were talking about this doc that I checked out this week, and I did a bunch of research this week in American Moon. That's what it's called. I'll find it for you guys and share the link. But before you watch the 3.5 hour documentary, I have about an hour stream there on DLive, dlive.tv/Champagne Crypto. You can click on the replay tab. It'll be up for the next couple of days, where I talk about the content that I learned from this doc and other information. But here's the gravy, like the bears say from O and B's clan. Yeah, watch the replay copy, because my replay is like 50 minutes and I cover, the juicy information. But if you want to watch the whole, I encourage you, watch this doc. This doc, give this guy a view and share this. Here it is. There's the YouTube link. And, hurry up and check that out before YouTube takes it down. Because it's funny, you check that link and it's, YouTube, not only do they insert a wiki link for the Apollo missions under the video, they also advertise Mythbusters as the first recommended video link. So, it'll probably be banned soon. So check it out. Derek says price don't matter. Intrinsic value is the only really thing that matters. You gotta, it's what you want to place value on. It's, that's why we have free will. Some people, the fiat value matters more to them. Other people, it doesn't. So obviously you've made your statement. Intrinsic value matters more to you. And, I could see that logic. I understand that. And if you're talking about intrinsic value in crypto and everything like that, that's why I think Monero it's got a lot of intrinsic value. Okay, but does it have that fiat value right now? Not like the other coins. I think what we've learned here is that, just ideas and fundamentals are cute, but when you throw them in the real world, it's a combination of factors that really drive price, value, and, it's all subjective. Jaron says everything's going up. Yeah, it certainly looks that way. Zeppelin said, I read into this into December, so I grabbed 8 BSV with my excess money. Wish I had read about it this year. And, that's why I'm not so mad at, the traders, that they speculate, they trade, and they don't get married to the coins. And, I can respect that, and I've said this before, don't get married to these coins because you never know. And these people are out. See, these traders, they're out for just a quick gain. They're not looking for intrinsic value. They're making the trades. And they're speculating. And I'm not mad at those people. And, I certainly don't behave like that. But, for those that do, I'm not mad at, It's like, oh, well, some people are saying this. Let me throw a little baggie on and see what happens. They're not here trying to support the crypto space, the crypto ideas. They're like, no, they're coming in as speculators. And that's fine. It's... We live in the everything bubble. Yeah. Well, not only we live in the everything bubble, but, it's the era of the post-truth era. You don't know what the hell is truthful right now. Rafterman says freedom matters most. Yeah. I mean, it does sound attractive, that statement, but that's a whole philosophical question. What is freedom? And are you truly ever free? Can you really operate in a vacuum? That's a big question. Wahoo Wamedu says, I hear you, man. I sold a while back for a loss. Now I'm trying to find out what I'm going to do here. Yeah. Yeah, use your choice is important. That's right. Hard to know the true value of anything. That's right. I think the true value of things is subjective to the person that's actually using it. Like they said, one man's trash could be another man's treasure. And that's true. What I think we're learning here is that there's not one size fits all for everything, even when it comes to value. Wahoo Wamadu says he bought in at 146, hoping for some real info soon. Listen, if you got it 146 and this thing is at 329 and you're not taking profits, then you're a greedy bastard. That's all I got to say. The greed is high with you, and don't get mad if the rug gets pulled under you, because if you've more than, doubled up in a day, and you're like, how much more can I get? I'm thirsty for more. That's greed. That's greed, guys. Cheers. Good that the channels like Champagne have got their fingers on the pulse. Yeah, I'm checking it out. I'm checking it out. And I'm always going to keep it 1,000 with you guys. I haven't gotten into BSV, and I'm certainly still not a believer. But, I will admit that I probably don't know, what's really going on. I've been saying this. That's why I keep telling people I'm not your crypto daddy. I don't give crypto advice. Don't listen to the champ for your next move. I'm just giving my opinion out here. Monero has the biggest use case, in my opinion, at the current moment, although I had a bunch of alts, which is mostly on speculation of the coins actually having a use case in the future. I think so. If you're looking at straight up fundamentals and, the idea of crypto, that's why I keep saying it's the only true crypto. But, just because of that doesn't mean the price is going to kapump. Just because it's fungible and private doesn't mean the coin's going to kapump. But that being said, I think it's going to stick around, Rafterman says, take out at least your original stake. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. I mean, if you really do think it's going to keep going up and everything, at least, take out what you put in and leave the rest to see if it goes up. But, don't be greedy, guys. Don't be greedy out here. Things don't usually double up overnight, okay, even if they're good tech or not. So, I mean, if it does, let's say that this thing is completely legit, everything's all good. It's going to pull back at one point. You saw it happen with Bitcoin. If you were on the train and you didn't don't you feel bad if you were holding a bunch of Bitcoins and it hit 20,000 and you didn't take out some gains? I mean, and then seeing it go down to 3,000, think about that. Good advice is we're not giving advice. We're just giving our opinions. We don't know what's going on. We're not crypto advisors. We're not financial advisors. We don't know anything that's going on. It's just our opinion. Sambo says he was accumulating at 85. Yeah, I mean, if you were accumulating at 85, think about that. And this opinion of mine, as far as like taking profits, this is aside from whether it's legit or not. I mean, if you're just a speculator, you should do the same with Bitcoin too. Like if you're just trying to make fiat gains and you see Bitcoin pump 20% in a day, then you should take some gains, wait for it to drop and get back in, right? I would assume that would be the right thing to do. But they're all up today. They're all up. Grass-fed beef on the streets. We've been on for over an hour. It's always a pleasure. And I'll take a few more comments and questions, but this has raised a lot of questions. And I don't think we're going to get answers. I understand what the coin is. I understand what the claims being made are. I understand why people think that, it's better tech, certainly, has the bigger block sizes and, maybe that works. And, maybe it's in tune more to Satoshi's vision. Now, as far as what this gentleman's saying, I side with what the judge says. The inconsistencies and misstatements makes it hard to believe this gentleman. What did she say? Let's see if I can find her quote again. I go with, given the defendant's many inconsistencies and misstatements, the court questions whether it's remotely plausible that the mysterious bonded courier is going to arrive. See, I agree with that statement. So, since I agree with that statement, I'm going to behave accordingly. But you may feel differently and go ahead and do what you want to do about it. But I agree with this statement that I have had. Given the defendant's many inconsistencies and misstatement, the court questions and Champagne questions whether it's remotely plausible that the mysterious bonded courier is going to arrive, yet alone that he will arrive in January 2020. So I'll leave it at that, guys. But certainly a polarizing topic, and I see that this stream got a lot of views compared to some others. I mean, we got 40 concurrent viewers when we usually got 15 or 20. So let me plug the D Live streams out here and let you guys know that the champ has an alternative streaming platform, dlive.tv/champagne crypto. Make sure you go over there. I got a stream that you guys need to check out right now. Things that make you go, the fake moon landing. And that one's cool too. I mean, we talk about things more than crypto. So go ahead and check that out. Follow me there, drop a meme on me, and keep it spicy. Because this YouTube is feeling like 1998, and it's only a matter of time before you catch your grandparents out here. taking profits is easier said than done when it comes to speculative assets like Bitcoin and other cryptos. That's right. That's why you got to have a plan and stick to it. Have some discipline. Paul Potato says 43 today. Is that, what do you mean by it's your birthday? G Torres says, just notice Bitcoin SV is above Bitcoin Cash and market cap. Yeah, that was pointed out that it was happening in real time. And I said, yeah, it may just happen. Let's hit refresh. And there it is. It is a top 4 coin. So whatever this coin is, okay, whether it's legit or not, there it is. Number 4. You better be looking at those altcoins with that side eye. Okay, all those other altcoins, you better look with that side eye because if this SV coin can just come and sweep the floor with these other altcoins, that it just shows me that the altcoins are weak. Something like Litecoin. How could Litecoin be taken out by SV? Something like Binance. Something like Binance, which has been a top gunner, and the rest of them. Think about it. So like I've said, in this crypto game, to me, the majority of the bag is in BTC because that seemed like the safest bet in the past couple years. So it is what it is, guys. Yeah, Bitcoin SV has surpassed Bitcoin Cash. Wow, top 4. Yeah, I mean, that's what I said. There's got to be something here that we don't know. And, what I'm thinking is, like someone said in the chat, and I said this, do you think the Climate Estate will be suing Craig Wright if they didn't think he had something to gain? I mean, they're dropping a lot of money. There's a lot of money on lawyers being spent out there, I would assume. I haven't seen, the invoices, but... so what I'm thinking is that somehow this gentleman was associated with the entities or the individuals that created Bitcoin. So yeah, maybe he had something to do with it. At this point, you have to question whether he had something. Because look, I'll tell you this much: I don't think that it was one guy trying to save the world. I think this plan was by design. And who knows, maybe they pull this guy out now as, a Satoshi so that he could say, oh, look, Bitcoin is a fraud. Come over here to this centralized chain. Maybe this is part of the Yoki dope. Maybe he's being set up. I have no idea, but we got to think out the box. Derek says, bunch of dumb money. Listen, if that's true, Derek, it just makes you question, how, if it's true, is it a bunch of dumb money, then the value of a lot of these coins are being held up by dumb money. So it just makes you question, if it's dumb money that's holding a Binance Litecoin, that's even worth holding these coins, even though you think they're good. I don't know. I'm just asking questions. I'm asking every single question, and you need to, guys. Don't be, always thinking the same thing all the time. You got to ask yourself all the questions, even the hard ones. What happens if this guy is Satoshi? What are you going to do? Okay. Think about that. What happens if he's Satoshi? Or what happens if he's not Satoshi, but the court rules in his favor? I don't know. You got to know what your movement's going to be, because we certainly didn't think that this was going to happen. You didn't think last week that Bitcoin SV will be at number 4. That's why I said you always got to have one locked in the chamber. You got to be ready for any type of crypto storm that may be blowing on the left flank out here. Be prepared. Don't get married to any of these coins. And that being said, I may have to take my own advice. Do I have to get, because I'm somewhat in a matrimony here with Bitcoin for the past couple of years. And, it's proved kind of faithful, but you got to ask, what if she stops putting out, what happens if she's not the same old Bitcoin she used to be? I do think a lot of the top coins in the top 10 are dumb money. Yeah. I do think so too, Derek. I do think so. I think a lot of these, I think so more now than ever. Long stream, guys, an hour and 10 minutes. I see chat revenue of $12. Did someone drop me a tip here or something? I didn't see any tips come in. Any super chats? Did someone drop me? If you drop me a super chat and I didn't thank you, let me know, because it says that someone dropped me a super chat, but I can't see who. So if you're still listening, whoever dropped me the super chat, thank you. I appreciate. Oh, and Currency dropped me $10. I know you dropped me. I think somebody else. Currency. Thank you, Currency. Drop another bomb for you. Wahoo Medo says, well put, man. I think we can all understand that analogy. I already forgot what I said. I don't know what you're referring to, but thanks. I made an analogy that was well put. I forgot which one it was. Top 8 volume exchanges for BSV are all USDT pairings. That's a bit odd. Yeah, I just identified that. Let me see if this article's still up. It said that a lot of the volume is being driven by Tether, and oh, there it is. There it is. Let me pull this data for you. Talking about USDT. Oh, there it is. While Bitcoin SV is up 80% against Bitcoin, data shows only 20% of its rising trading volume is against Bitcoin, and nearly 58% of it's against the USD stablecoin Tether. So that's what it is, guys. I think we got all the points across. I gave my opinions, and I don't know if anything's left unsaid out here. We even let the Bitcoin SV people talk, and that's cool. I don't mind you guys talking. Dropping. It's just that you guys got to understand this is a stage here. I got 40, 50 people live, and there's a lot of replays. I'm here on the mic, and when the crowd interrupts and keeps talking. Sometimes you got to slow down. Would you do that in a live show? If I was talking, would you just keep interrupting? No. So sometimes, I got to set that tone because, it seems like some people don't know that etiquette that we expect here in the live chat. That being said, thank you to everybody. I see you, Sambo. I see you, Wahumiru. I see you, Dolphin 134, Rafterman, G Torres, Derek McLean, and all the boomers. On that note, I'm out of here, guys. It's your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber, Champagne Crypto, the voice of the blockchain here, Satoshi's big cousin. Go ahead and check my replays there on dlive.tv/Champagne Crypto. And that's what it is. Okay, guys? And that's what it is. Stay strong out there. Thank you, Rafterman. Yeah, Sambo, we got you. Sambo, look at the chat box. You're talking too much again. So, I don't want to ban you for life because, I want to listen to what people say. But remember, slow down. Sambo said, I just want to wake y'all up and get you past. You don't need to wake anybody up. You're not here to save anybody. We don't need you to help us. Okay? I don't need any help. It's okay. It's there's nobody here to save anybody. Okay? Please, with the virtue signaling. I don't care that Bitcoin can't scale because no currency with a fixed supply can replace money, says Derek. G Torres says, peace, champ. Peace to you as well. Stay strong out there, boomers. Put some weight on the bar and get stronger every day. Regardless of what coin's up, I need you guys pumping weight. Staying strong. G Torres says, good stream. I appreciate you. Stay strong out there, boomers. On that note, I'm out of here. Catch me on DLive. It's the voice of the blockchain, Satoshi's big cousin, cryptography's finest. Champagne. Thanks for tuning in.